What's up everyone? Kevin here, and what I'm going to talk to you about today is why the competitor's new water separator can be extremely dangerous for your injection system and why it is not meant for your automotive fuel system. Alright, so here's the deal. I'm sure while doing your research between us and the competition, you've run across a few videos of them showing off their new water separator. While the videos show the water separator to be the best thing in the world, not everything as it seems. So let me explain what happens to their lift pump and your engine components when their combination water separator fuel filter plugs up. When water enters their filter, it doesn't let any of it through, right? Does it separate it and allow it to settle to the bottom to be drained later? No. What it does is it enters that filter media and swells it so much that it stops all fuel flow. Their system incorporates a regulated fuel return, which regulates fuel pressure after this fuel filter. So once water enters this filter and starts plugging it up, little to no fuel flow is then allowed through the filter to be regulated by that regulator. So then internal pressure of the pump spikes. It'll eventually spike so much that it'll pop the fuse to the pump, killing all fuel supply to your injection system, which in turn will shut off the engine. Another scenario is it will fill with water, which will reduce fuel flow, which will add strain to the motor, which will reduce fuel flow to the injection system. So as the pump motor is being overworked, the injection system is starving for fuel. Basically, the injection pump is going to be demanding more fuel than what the fuel pump can supply due to the restriction. What this potentially allows for is cavitation to be introduced at the injection pump. Cavitation is the formation of gaseous bubbles under vacuum from when the fuel supply does not meet the demand of the injection pump. So by the time you experience runnability issues or rough running, by the time you get it pulled over, the damage may already be done. The worst case scenario is due to excessive water, it completely clogs this filter, which kills all power to the pump, which kills your engine, which you will lose all power brakes. We did some testing with our company truck with the engine on and the engine off, and we saw that braking power was reduced by 30 to 40%. Your engine shutting off and losing power brakes is a scary scenario, and that's a situation we'll never put you in. Now, fuel starvation may not be too hard on older injection systems with sloppier tolerances, but the newest injection systems, being the CP4 based system, they require fuel at pressure in order to keep the system from prematurely failing. While our competition talks strongly of lubricity and how important it is to your injection system, they have a video of their fuel filter plugging up and fuel knocking a 5th gen Cummins until it completely shuts off. While we agree lubricity is very important to prolonging the life of the injection system, why has our competition introduced this filter which can run your injection system dry time and time again every time a filter needs changed? It only takes about 10 to 30 seconds of running a CP4 system dry to permanently damage that injection pump. The injection pump doesn't care if there's a drop in fuel pressure. It's going to keep spinning until it can't make the pressure in the rail to properly inject the fuel for combustion. So what do you do when your engine suddenly dies? You crank it to try to start it back up, right? That could damage the injection system even more. So what do you think is worse for a modern fuel injection system? Metal to metal contact, or the little bit of water that can get through? Remember, water has a little bit of lubricity. No fuel does not. So we ask the question, if these filters are so great, then why don't OEs use them, or even technology similar to them? We emailed Underwriters Laboratories and asked them if this filter media can be run in an automotive application, as during our research we found out that this filter media is really meant for fuel service stations or fuel transfer tanks. For those of you who don't know who UL is, it is a global safety certification company that employs exacting scientific processes and the highest ethical principles to help create a better world. So basically, it is a certification company that helps protect the safety of the end consumer. And their response was, and I quote, "In the scope of standard UL 331B, it states, these requirements do not cover the following: strainers for automotive fuel lines." Then I asked for clarification. Are these filters recommended or not recommended for on-road use in automobiles? Their response was, and again I quote, "They are not for use on automotive fuel lines." It doesn't get any clearer than that. This means these fuel filters are meant for service stations and fuel transfer tanks. It makes sense, right? You're dispensing fuel, fuel flow stops due to excessive water, no big deal. You change your filter, you continue dispensing your fuel. Our competition has incorporated a fail mode into their fuel system that starves your injection system over time. It creates a fail mode that we are not comfortable with. So what I'd suggest, if you have one of these fuel systems, not a big deal. They have cross-reference numbers. Just go get yourself a different set of filters. Just don't run these. So to sum things up, yes, these filters do separate out water very well, but it's not meant to do that on your automotive fuel system. Alright guys, thank you for your time. If you would like, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Or if you want more information about our products, check us out at pureflowairDog.com.